Greetings, artist Jayantha Silva. In fact, I am visiting him at his residence and where he also has his studio and private gallery. He had a very successful exhibition of his work in the year 2024, that's recently, in the month of November and until the 1st of December. It was at the Lionel Went Art Gallery in Colombo 7. Now, based on the success of that, he has chosen to have yet another expressions, maybe number 18, and that's scheduled for the month of May in the year 2025. May the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, at the same venue, at the Lionel Went Art Gallery. Now, Jayantha is known for his figurative drawings, meaning the human figure, the human face, but certainly not limited to just those items. He has done commissioned works that have encompassed landscape and other themes. In fact, one of his commissioned works was with regard to the tea industry, and that resides at the headquarters of the Tea Board. But right now, our focus is on the story that he likes to tell through and by way of his work. Now, before I engage with him in conversation, there's an interesting little factor that comes in, and that he has a challenge. He has a certain impairment in his sight. One of his eyes is seriously affected. But that disadvantage he has transformed into an advantage. He is a people watcher. He pays more attention to features and people than you and I might generally do as we pursue our busy lives, flitting hither and thither. But he takes a good look, and then it registers very well, and has pursued that with that advantage in his work. Jayantha, how did you come across or develop this particular factor, this range which we refer to as your style? How did that emerge?
Yeah, from younger days, I was always an artist, and I always was interested in, the most difficult kind of art was portraits and figurative. And I would say I don't have a stylized style as such, but I try to do exactly what the human being looks like. And so that's probably my style, the natural style in whatever I do. And so that's what I can say, because as far as I am, as an artist, I was always, from childhood I was an artist. I'm a product of St. Peter's College, Colombo 4. And that's basically it, because from my Montessori days, I was like, even my report card said that I was very excellent in art. But they also said that unfortunately I don't draw on paper, and only on the walls and floors that I draw. And basically that's it. And the other thing is, from childhood, when I was about 4 days old, there was a Buddhist priest who came and met my mother, who was pregnant with me. And I was born on Vesak Poya Day, but the Buddhist priest actually came visiting his sister. Unfortunately, his sister didn't give birth to her child, and whereas my mother gave birth to me on that day. And then the Buddhist priest came and requested my mother to do a great help and to call me Jayantha. So Jayantha actually came from Buddha Jayanti day. That was Buddha Jayanti day that I was born. And then he presented a small a little booklet saying that apparently, he said that I was going to be an artist someday. I would have been about 4 days old, but how did he know that? So,
Yes.
even in the stars, I suppose,
Well, your talent was manifest very early.
very early in
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Now, let me focus on this picture that is at my shoulder here on my right. Now, that's a portrait, there's no question about it. But I am able, as a viewer, as one who's looking at the picture, to recognize a certain nuance. This could be a photograph, but it isn't.
It isn't.
Exactly. So you have added something with your brush strokes and your painting style to convey what I refer to as emotion.
Yeah.
Is that deliberately done by you?
Yeah, deliberate in the sense from very small age. I do a thing, I call it eyeballing.
Okay.
Probably you don't see, very often you don't see like what I see. It can be a woman, it can be a man on the road, it can be an animal. I really, study the whole person. So when you say it, when I say it's not a photograph, it's really not correct, because I got a sort of a photographic memory which gets implanted in my inner cell, and I come out of it. But now, of course, I can draw something. Thinking of it prior, like I'm going to draw this. But earlier, I didn't know what I was going to do. I just take the pencil and just do a little bit scribbling, but the scribbling is not there on the but I can picture, basically I can picture what I'm going to draw. I can even get the final picture at that time.
Okay, so basically we are discussing or we are mentioning what might be called craftsmanship. It isn't, nothing is automatic. It is something that you think about
Yeah.
and then you work towards
Yeah.
in stages or incrementally until you have what you have thought about now evident and clearly seen on the canvas or paper. Do you work mostly with oil paints?
No, I have never touched on oil. I have done pastel, charcoal, and acrylic.
Right.
Those are the three mediums that I have used, and that is it. Like oil paint and watercolor I have never done.
Okay. So it's interesting that you have a particular range that you have limited yourself to at the present time.
Yeah.
I would like to ask whether you have been in your style or in the development of your work over these many years, have you been influenced by some other artists or teachers?
Well, not really, but I would say for me, the godfather of art would be Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay.
I am a major follower of him,
Okay.
because I am nothing compared to him. Otherwise, I am not influenced by anybody. It's just the thing. The time that I started art, I didn't know who Da Vinci was.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just absolutely, I haven't gone to a school of art. And for that matter, when I was about, I think about 12 years old, I did my first nude. Whereas it was a time that nudes are not visible for people of that age, children of that age. And of course, as I told you, eyeballing, I looked at people who come home and, girls going and ladies, and, I studied the whole person, probably with X-ray view or whatever. And when I was about 14, 15, I came across what a nude looks like.
Yeah.
And what I did when I was 12 years, I was not really wrong.
Yeah.
The correct places, correct things, and
Yeah, the shape and form you had managed to grasp or have control over. Yes.
Exactly.
Right. Since you mentioned in passing about scribbling or doodling, do you start everything with a pencil? Is that how it starts?
Yes.
And you do work on paper largely, is it?
No, paper, canvas.
Okay.
With acrylic, I use canvas. And paper also, the pastel, you get a specific kind of paper.
Right.
Like that.
Yes. Oh, good. So, as we mentioned, the exhibition Expressions number 17 in that long series since the year 2003 was recently concluded, and our focus now, your focus, is going to be on May 2nd, 3rd, 4th in the year 2025, and it likely will be termed or themed Expressions number 18. Would that not be so? Yes. Now we are going to have a look around Jayantha's gallery and are going to have a closer look, shall we say, at some of his work so that we can begin to appreciate the range of expression. Now this would be a sample of the acrylic work, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. So you have obviously captured an action with the hand of the drummer poised to deliver the beat and the movement also captured there. So really this carries the idea of life.
Yeah.
And in these ones that we see over here, number 92 for instance, is a ballerina and a young ballerina.
Yeah.
And also this other one seems to have no arms. What is the idea?
The arms are there, but actually one hand is at the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this I call, almost all my paintings have a little, I put lyrics or a title or maybe a poem or a lyric or something like that.
That's right. So that's the idea that every painting must convey or does convey a story. A story.
Okay. This is a little ballerina.
Yeah.
That I have a little poem on that, and this is called Chic.
Okay.
CHIC.
Yeah, chic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is I can't remember, but still it's called Looking Back or whatever. And this also ballerina.
Yeah.
Because you will see I had done lots and lots of ballerinas, because though I look like this, I was also a ballet dancer once upon a time.
You have a passion for dance even though you don't dance right now.
No, correct.
Right.
Especially ballet.
Now this particular one, which has the number 69 on it, I find it rather interesting.
Yes.
Is there anything, have you a title for it, and what do you want to convey?
Yeah, the titles, of course, I can't remember, but still there is a title. There's a song about biting nails or something like that.
Yeah, I can see some level of apprehension, even anxiety that the child seems to have, and you have captured that.
Correct.
Much better than a photograph will.
A
photograph will be very stark, I think, very stark and almost lifeless because it captures the moment. But here there is a liveliness that comes across because of the manner in which you have done the eyes and the clenched or the folded fingers.
Main thing is that once again it's expressions. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And
this laughter, this is called the best medicine.
Okay.
And I call it a naked drummer or whatever.
And it's imaginary, of course.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. This is a Sri Lankan lass,
Yeah.
and this is also a little child, wandering.
Impish look.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to draw the attention of our friends who are viewing this to the detail that you seem to have got with regard to the lips.
Right.
Yeah. There is a fascinating amount of detail on the lip that perhaps goes beyond the usual photographic capture.
Yeah.
Then we've got this one.
Yeah. And this is, of course, my way of depicting a burger
Oh,
girl.
right, okay.
And this also had a very nice caption, but I can't remember it now.
Yeah.
This is a rodeo girl.
Right. Now, is this pastel?
It's pastel.
This one is pastel because we can see the difference between the previous painting or the drawing that we have there, and this one. In the manner of the application, it is very
when it's a pastel, it is really a soft pastel, not the one you get in the market with oil and wax and all that.
Right.
This more or less a chalk.
It's more or less a chalk. Good.
And then you spray the thing fixative over it so that the chalk stays.
Okay.
This is, of course, the song called Isadora.
Yes.
That was sung by Tom
Jones and refers to the great ballerina of yesteryear. Isadora Duncan.
Isadora Duncan. So this is her.
Okay.
Me depicting her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fascinating. And she was one who was given to flowing robes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of the tutu.
And also, she was a very, very, a person that an artist can like a lot.
And innovative in her approach to dance.
Yeah. And she used to go on the beach dancing almost naked, barefoot. She's the person who started the barefoot
dancing on stage.
I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
And actually, Jerome De Silva, he also was, told me the whole story about Isadora.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is, of course, our Aborigine, the Vedda.
Yeah.
And this is, she's a lady, I call it.
Okay.
And this is this is a blessing that is the hand of Jesus on top. And this is
okay.
Yeah. So
but there is again, like some of the others that we had a look at right now, there is an emotional content
definitely
that we find here.
It is.
If it is sorrow or what, it comes through.
Yeah.
And I suppose we who look at it need to communicate with the painting or the drawing.
Correct.
And this also is pastel.
Pastel.
Yeah.
Soft pastel.
Okay. So Jayantha is not only a portraitist, but he also does the other wider range, such as Mount Lavinia. Now, this is a sample of work of old Lanka, old Ceylon, we might say, and Mount Lavinia. So we have the bullock carts and so on and so forth. Then this one is a picture also of old Lanka, maybe about 80 or 90 years ago, maybe, we think, or maybe even more recent than that. But, yes, we can see signals ahead, which means already the time when traffic lights were.
And you can see the number plates also of the vehicle.
Number plates, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and another old Ceylon capture, and this is taken from a picture postcard of York Street, and this is his interpretation of that scene done in his way. So yes, so that versatility is to be found in Jayantha's work. And there you have it, the work of artist Jayantha Silva. And you would want to be able to make it to the Lion Who Went Art Gallery in Colombo 7. Remember the dates, the year 2025 and the days of May 2nd 3rd, and 4th. That will be his next exhibition in Colombo. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it.